You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Masters in Trading Live. My name is Jonathan Rose. We get on here live every single day, 11 o'clock Eastern, to go over the market and share our thoughts. I'm a little tongue-tied there. I got a lot to say. Before I start though, I want to make a commitment to you. I started sharing trades and getting on here late February. Late February, we got on, we started sharing trades, sharing a lot of these advanced notice type trades. We also just came out with our advanced notice. Tonight, we're going to have our advanced notice kickoff party for everybody who joined our advanced notice program, and I'm really excited for this. But before we started advanced notice, we've been sharing trades ever since February 24th or 25th. Every single day, we share a trade. I want to make a commitment to you right now. My commitment to you is that any trades that I've shared in the past, any trades that I share live, and a trade is, hey, Katos, I really like buying these 20 strikes for 60 cents. So whenever I commit to a trade, whenever I share a trade that I really like, my commitment to you is I'm always going to tell you when to get out or what to do with the darn thing, because most often, when we're buying options, we are holding until expiration. Okay, I say it over and over. When you buy an option for $1, there's no stop. Okay, if you want to risk $500, you can only buy 5 of those. You can't buy 10 for $1,000, but stop yourself out and only losing half. Because with options, there's too much, it's called slippage. So what ends up happening is you'll risk 1,000, and if you want to only lose 500, you're still going to end up losing 750 just trying to get out. So I want you to get into your trades, be patient. If there's an opportunity to take it off for a big profit, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to tell you there's an opportunity to take it off for a big profit. But some of these names, when you're buying volatility, when you're long options, they just decay. And if they're not working, there's not very much that we can do. There's not much position management that you can even do if a trade is just decaying. But that's why it's so important. You know your bucket of capital. You know how much money you have. You have to make that decision what you're comfortable risking before you get into that trade. Then you get into the trade for however many reasons. You know exactly what your risk is. And then you got to play the game. The ball's going to bounce the way the ball bounces. Some trades are going to work. Some trades are not going to work. But the idea is to have a consistent strategy over time. So lots of questions coming in. If we've shared trades a month ago, will Jonathan ever touch back on it? Heck yeah, I'm going to touch back on it, but only if there's something actionable to do. Actionable to do. You can tell we certainly are live. All right, let's get into it. We got 4 topics today. Bitcoin, ETFs. I want to talk about lithium. Lithium batteries starting to strengthen up. Unusual options activity in AMC. AMC has been going meme crazy. Really good question about AMC that I'm going to answer. And then some unusual trades. Let's go over to the screen. Let's go check it out. Let's start here with BITX. Now, BITX is a ProShares leverage Bitcoin. Pull up my pen here. And this came to my attention because yesterday there was call flow of 2.7 million. Now, this is usually a pretty big sign where there's smoke, there's fire. If we see a 2.7 million trade on a $1 billion company, that's a really, really big deal. Now, if we see a $2.7 million trade on NVIDIA, that's a $1 trillion company, not such a big deal. Is this a big deal? BITX. What is it? BITU and BITX are very similar. These are designed to double the daily movements of Bitcoin's price. However, because it matches Bitcoin's price only, its performance over longer periods can drift away from precisely doubling Bitcoin's movement. This drift is called decay. This is what I want you to see, okay? Decay. Long options have decay, okay? So with perfect supply and demand, a price would stay even, right? Perfect supply and demand. With perfect supply and demand, pardon me, of a decaying asset, instead of that looking horizontal, perfect supply and demand is going to look like this. Because over time, every single decaying product is going to go down because they decay. I want to share this because right now there are so many ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs. We're going to eventually have Ethereum ETFs. How do we know which one to buy? The ones that give you 2 times and 3 times leverage, I want you to stay so far away from because they're so dangerous. So here, in the blue, I have Bitcoin futures, okay? Bitcoin futures are a derivative of Bitcoin. We also have BITX, which is going to be the white. This is your leverage product. Look, it's staying just with the futures and it has leverage. It's right here. I don't want you to think that this is inexpensive. BITX is just daily. It resets itself every single day. And so that's why you could see the price of Bitcoin go straight up, but the price of BITX and any leverage product might go way down. How could that happen? What happens if it gaps up every single day? And then the price of that daily action is down. These ETFs are going to be down. Please be careful. Now, if we go and look at all of the ETFs that are fighting for your dollars, we know we had the GBTC, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and lots of places where you can go buy Bitcoin. Where I think you should buy Bitcoin is CoinDesk, Kraken. Find somewhere, and if you want to get long Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. There's no fees. Okay? No nonsense. Let's stay away from this. But let's move on. And I want to move on because now we're going to talk about lithium. Whenever you trade, whenever you're looking at lithium, solar, EVs, we're not just looking for one company. We're not just looking for our favorite company. We want to analyze all of those companies as they relate to one another. So now I'm going to pull up lithium and we're going to go over the lithium sector. Here I have the lithium sector, and these are the top companies by market cap. 14.7 down to 1.7. Now we do have a few others that are going to be down here as well. LAC is another one, about a $700 million market cap. And then I'm sure you're going to find plenty with $200 million market caps, but those are too small for our analysis. How do we analyze these? Here I put them all into a watch list. Hopefully it's not too small, but market cap. The bigger market cap ones are going to be more correlated to one another. The smaller market caps are going to be more speculative. Notice how the smaller companies have larger, pardon me again, implied volatility. They're more volatile. The bigger ones, not as high, less volatile. If I look at all of them on a chart, it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, right? I'm not sure it really helps us at all. Now, sure, you may think this is cheap compared to the others, but it doesn't work just like that. To me, that just means that they're not so correlated. We don't want to look at the entire industry. Instead, we want to simplify things. Here are the bottom 5, and here are the top 2. The top 2 are going to be SQM and ALB. I wish I would have just put this as the whole screen, but these are the ones that are not correlated enough. You see, they're breaking apart too much. This has just been weak the entire time. This is LAC down here. This is garbage. When you're trading a sector, figure out who the movers are. Who are the alpha males? Who's in charge? In lithium, right now, there are 2 companies that we really should be considering. The 2 companies are SQM and ALB. Now, I won't make this like an official trade. Right now, ALB is very inexpensive relative to SQM, relative to the rest of the sector. So, if you believe in the future of lithium, believe in the future of EV, electric vehicle, batteries run by lithium, you might consider getting long ALB. I think that is the cheapest lithium play. Every day we have our unusual option activity scan. Here are the results of yesterday's on today. And I got a great question about AMC because yesterday I covered AMC because it was also our number 1 scorer. And today it's our number 1 scorer again. Game is our number 2. And the question was, hey, Jonathan, you covered AMC. It was number 1, but yet then you said there was really nothing to do. So can you explain more? Great question. Excited to get on and explain more because AMC, very, very crazy, unusual volatility. Without a doubt. Nuts, right? But, okay, this is a big but. Make your own jokes. Look at the volatility. Okay? Part of trading and part of buying options is we want to find just gnarly, unusual options activity, but we want to find it with relatively cheap volatility. 300% volatility is absolutely unheard of. So when we look at this, our advanced notice tool, it tells us that AMC is going to move, but the price to take advantage of that movement is well more than we're willing to pay. So a really good question. This stock is just too darn expensive. AMC, I pulled up the options. The other reason why we didn't share this trade is the unusual options activity that our advanced notice tool was picking up was out here. 75,000 in January. Now this is 610 days away. Is this the good play? Maybe for somebody, not for me. 20 cents, literally, it would cost you $880 to buy 1,000 shares of AMC for $20 in 610 days from now. That's bullish, but just way too much time for our concerns. If I take you back to this list, and again, because these were so volatile, AMC and Game, not really tradable, something that is more tradable, if we come down to CYTK over here, Cytokinetics, something I think we've talked about before. CYTK, and this is another one, very, very expensive, but CYTK, here was the order coming out, 1,000 out here, again, 610 days. I think what we need to do is shorten the time frame, and this is something that we're constantly working on with this advanced notice tool. Some of the things that we put in here is we don't let things, don't allow. We don't let any names show up here if they're not above $5, and we have a whole bunch of restrictions. But CYTK, AMC, it seems going out 600 days might be a bit too much. Nevertheless, every single day we're going to hop on here. I like to look at the market from a different perspective. I'm a big believer that the creative trader wins. So with all this talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs, what's most important is learn. Learn what you're getting yourself into. Why buy Bitcoin just to pay somebody else a management fee? And certainly stay away from those 2 times and 3 times leveraged products. For all those that move forward with advanced notice, stay on. I'm going to hop on and I'm going to give you an overview of what we're going to cover in the search party. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. All right, guys, welcome back. This is the all access portion of our show. Just pulling up Discord right here. So what we're going to do tonight, guys, which it'll be very cool, and this is the first time we're doing this, is